Okay, so let's get started on this. And what we are talking about here is basically increase in 30% sales, uh, you know, uh, doing whatever you're doing right now. So this is particularly applicable for businesses which are doing a turnover of at least 5 millions. Um, that ensures that they have overcome the problem of taking right product to the right market. The business is already running, they are looking at a regular sales, but what they want to do is they want to increase their sales by 30%, and not just that, they want to make their business scalable. So if this is the case, let's look at what are the aspects of marketing automation that are involved here. And if you look at that, what we have here is um, a system which can automate your piece of lead generation, lead nurturing, and conversion. Now, there are some pieces to this puzzle, and we will be discussing about specific things as they come. And the first thing that I want to discuss with you is having a customer list, on which we have already talked earlier. And when we say customer list, you know, let me just fill this up. So that would call for no, yeah. So we have a customer list, right? Now, there are a lot of aspects of that. I've already made a video about it, and you might want to look at that. Other than that, I want to address some, critical and very important issues that all the businesses fail with. And if you talk about these businesses, you take a normal mom and pop shops, you take, you know, small businesses in particular, which do not really track their customers, and they look at basic footfall, and their business on the front of marketing and customer facing part is minimal. The customer walks in, they build the product, and the game is over there and then. There's no specific push on finding out who the customer is, what are his or her preferences, and what possibly he or she would buy next. This leaves a lot of money on the table, and whether you are a small business which is doing this, or you are a business medium small scale business which is doing the same thing, uh, the solution is somewhat similar and it overlaps. So if you're a small business and you're not having customer list, the first thing you might want to do is, create a database. Now, create a database does not mean that you have to, run around with some software or something. You can start simply by writing the name of the customer and their email. This is the basic thing that you want from the customer to start with. And there are ways to do this electronically, but we will not talk about that because we want to right now just focus on the primary issues, and we can look at how they can be overcome probably in upcoming sessions. So every customer who buys, you should have his name and email ID. This is the starting point for any business, right? If you are uh, selling to your customer, you got to have their email ID and name minimum. You could add phone number if that's convenient in the beginning. So you have name, email ID, and phone number. It makes it three fields, right? Now, um, there might be challenges with respect to how you will capture this. Like, can you integrate billing method with all this, or is there any other way? We will talk about it as we go forward. But any business needs to implement this step as a primary aspect. So you need to have your customer list. Now, once you have your customer list, you got to reach your customers on a daily basis, or at least, I mean, a lot of aggressive digital marketers say that you have to email daily, and you could do that. There's no harm in that, but it becomes little more effort intensive, in the sense that the more email you will send, there are higher chances of people unsubscribing. And when that happens, you have to continuously add to those email lists. So there's a bit of complication there, but you could probably start with something like, sending at least 2 to 3 emails every week. And what will be there in that email will come next. So let's say we say email marketing. So all at one end we are generating a customer list, at the other end we are sending emails at least thrice in a week to the customer, right? Once this is done, we dive into what is that we will be talking about, right? So in your email, you should have irresistible offers. Like, it shouldn't be that every day you have a irresistible offer, but at least like once a week, once a month, you should have irresistible offer that, oh, irritable, don't make it irritable, make it irresistible. Is that right? No, irresistible offers. Okay, so you should have irresistible offers in your email. Now the next step is, you should have a level of open rate, right? So you should, if you have open rate, you should have minimum, open rate of 5%. If you have anything less than that, there is some problem that you got to sort out. So once you have open rate, the next thing that you got to have is click-through rate, right? Click through. And the next thing is, like, this might not necessarily be a flow which can be explained just by steps, but we are talking about a thought flow rather than a workflow. So I'll explain that a little bit here. So first you have click through, then you have the traffic going through a landing page which has your offers. All right, and once you have that, the next thing is, you got to have sales. All right, so now that is primarily what we are looking at. Now, in some cases, depending on the type of business, we might run different types of campaigns which will make the customer list. So let me just explain that in a second. So we'll bring this down. Now, when we say customer list, this could come via OTC, which is on the counter, which might be the case for retail businesses. This might come through online sales, which you are probably already having in some way. So you can have your customer list from there. And there are a couple more things here. I got to bring this down a little bit. There you go. Now, other than this, you have your lead generation via organic traffic and paid traffic, right? You should also look at the fact that you might need a separate landing page for these two, right? So what we are saying is you got to have organic leads going to landing page, paid leads going to landing page. I mean, you might have different landing page for organic and paid traffic. That's a different thing, but you could start with one landing page. Then what we have is online sales. This is for customer list, and we have OTC, which is for customer list. All right, so let me push this a little bit here. Now, then, you know, customer list to email marketing, you irresistible offer, open rate, click rate, this. Okay, now organic. How will organic and paid traffic get traffic, right? So what we can do is we can bring this little bit this side, right? And you might have your organic traffic will come via SEO, and it might also come through PPC, right? So SEO will come through organic, PPC will send paid traffic, right? So this is what we have. Landing page will grab the email ID and details of the customer, so that will again come to the customer list. So what we can do is, this goes a little bit here, and what happens is when you bring the traffic to the landing page, there can be a capture page, right? So once you have a capture page, whether the person buys or not, you can capture the lead. So you will have the number, email ID and name of your customer. So this will basically generate a lead, right? This is different from your customer list. Now, when you have a lead, you have to run a lead nurturing program before the lead becomes a customer. So today I'm leaving at this, and it's already half an hour, and we will continue with this in our next live. If you have any questions, just let me know through comments or via LinkedIn, or you know any other method that you find on my website. You can also go to arshadhasnain.com and book a free time with me in case you need to. Thanks a lot. Peace. Goodbye.